Hey guys, Easter Sunday, heading to the shop. Just gonna tinker around with some small stuff today. Actually, yeah, So I pulled up to the shop, some of the first stuff going on. Alberto's been fixing up some of that damage that happened to the S15 rear bumper so I can rewrap it today. So that's gonna be my first kind of point of thing to do. And then before I got here, Tommy and Pat actually already swapped a new diff into my S13 because I went to street drive to the track the other day. Wasn't even filming and it blew up just driving it on the road. I don't think it was shimmed properly and it was been making a lot of noise. So what will be interesting is I'm about to take the S13 for a drive now with a Q45 rear end, not a Q45 diff, but Q45 gearing. So I think it's like a 3.5 as opposed to a 411. So I'll have my long gears again, which should be rad. Short gears are tight, but I like my S13 a lot when I had long gears because I didn't have to shift a bunch, and I feel like it was more fun to drive. So I'm gonna go take that for a rip and see how it is. Because this diff was already assembled, this had my spare spool in it, so this car doesn't have a two-way anymore. Honestly, what I've come to kind of develop in terms of my own opinion, spool versus two-way. Two-ways are cool because it makes it a little bit easier to push the car if it ever breaks, but they honestly are more annoying and make more noise than a welded because they're constantly, if you have like solid bushings in the back, they're like clunk, 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 clunk. With a welded, you just get a little bit of a tire chirp. Tommy, would you agree?
Yeah, two ways make a lot more noise.
Oh, and a spool is basically a welded. It's like a fancy welded. Alright, so I'm curious to see now that we have longer gearing how it'll be, because before it was like bah, bah, bah. I miss the longer gears, so let's see. How does she feel? Not bad. I definitely have loose tension rods though. Look, whenever I hit the brake, the steering wheel twists a little bit. So we gotta go check that out because that's sketchy. Look at that. It honestly doesn't feel, going from like a 411 to a 3.5 is a pretty big jump, but it doesn't feel bad because I have such a quick spooling turbo. I think it really helps take advantage of the power band rather than shifting all the time. So I think it'll be better for drifting. At the skid pad, when I was driving in third with the other rear end, I was having to clutch kick a lot because there's just a little bit too much wheel speed, where now I think we'll be like just right. So there's kind of a bunch of random funny stuff going on here. This is probably like the third day in a row off camera I've been making splitters. I want to have S13 looking perfect for FD Orlando. I don't really care about the S15. It's just this car that's going to be in the pits. And I lost the rear splitter, so I had to remake it. But this rear bumper's a mega pain to take off. So I jacked up the front of the car a bunch so I could get it close to the ground. And then I made a template on... My thing was I didn't want to put this stuff, because this stuff scratches easily. I didn't want to put it on the ground, so I used a check. But then my extra logic behind doing this, I did it so that way I can flip it upside down, because whenever I cut it with the Sawzall, it always leaves an indentation in the front. So if I can flip it, then I can just use the other side, which will be good. And on top of this, this is my trick usually for making the guide. I'll just drill a little hole and a little piece of whatever, and then I'll trace it with this, because this is like the bumper outline, so that I can trace the splitter here. Also, side note, don't circular saw kendas, because it's definitely a way to speed up chunking if you're into that kind of thing. So yep, this is what we've been doing. It's called Splitter Central over here. But I got a CNC table just to make splitters. It's getting ridiculous. This is an everyday thing. Alberto, I think it's time to get a splitter guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a fat check you just got over there, you know?
Yeah. I decided to leave the bumper in better hands. Alberto has a lot more experience doing wrap stuff, and I was about to try to do it without heat because I'm an idiot and I just wanted to do it and get it done. Now this bumper is probably going to explode before qualifying is even over, so we don't need to go too crazy with it. But all I know, Alberto's wrap. Well, yeah, because I'll hit it on the wall. But Alberto, I know, can. Is that a wild showman?
I'm sorry.
Is that a wild showman? Where are you going?
AC.
Yeah.
AC?
Too hot.
I was too hot to touch. Showman in the house. Oh. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna leave the camera rolling so we can watch Alberto do his magic, and I'm gonna go work on the splitters on the S13.
All right, let's give it a go with this bumper. First, obviously, try to find out these flat parts here. I like see how it responds to the shape, and then after that, we're gonna start adding some heat to this bumper to get the vinyl to just stretch around the bends. It's done. Definitely not the prettiest, but it actually blends in really good. I'm no expert at making vinyl work, but even though all the curves that we got curves this way, up, sideways, everything, it came out really good. I even got all the edge, so it's actually decent. I'm pretty proud of my work. What do you think, Sean? Is it good?
Yeah,
Pass?
no, it's good. Much better.
Alright guys, so today we are going back to the dyno over at Titan to finish up the tune on the S15. If you remember, last time we ran into an issue
Something flying on me.
where it started storming, and I guess some weird, when it's about to rain and then it starts raining, their dyno acts up because it's like an outdoor dyno. But moreover, the main issue we were having, the ECU and the dash kept freezing, which was really weird. And then we realized one of the things that was a variable that was changed, since it was literally just the short block that was changed, were the spark plugs. And Alberto, do you want to explain how a spark plug could possibly interfere with the ECU? Because I think people thought we were crazy.
Well, yeah, I put in non-resistor spark plugs. I didn't realize they were non-resistor. I was looking for heat range 8 NGK plugs, and they turned out to be non-resistor. So the non-resistor ones generate a lot of signal noise that actually freaks out the computer and all the electrical components in the car. So once you get the car to a certain RPM, kind of like the frequency is enough to just like freeze the computer, and the dash display, everything, the car just literally just stops. Like, what? So I was like, I checked all the wire and everything was perfect. Then I was like, wait a minute, the spark plugs are non-resistors. And then I asked the tuner and also ECU myself, they both confirmed that yeah, you have to use resistor type plugs with this software and computer, and we changed them, but we didn't get a chance to test again because of the rain, but it should be good now.
How weird is that? Also, how rad is this truck? I love it. We have so much stuff going on before FD that Tommy and Pat and Shulman are all at the warehouse getting stuff ready. And me and Alberto going to get the car tuned because tech is actually tomorrow, where they go and inspect and go over everything in the car. It's like an hour-long procedure to make sure the car complies with rules and we're not cheating. Because I've heard, rumor has it, some people think we're cheating.
We're cheating?
This is a joke. Gary made that video. Gary's the homie. He's just baiting you guys.
Too many followers to be running FD over here.
It's just a big joke. We're just playing pretend race car team. Pretty funny. I was asking myself, this is the first time I've driven the truck on the highway with these tires, and I was like, man, I only feel comfortable going 60. And then I realized the bigger tires, the speedo's off. So what is 60 actually, Alberto? What is it? We're going about 60 right now. So we're going actually about 70. Is that, man, the stupid radar checker will not shut up today. I hate this one. This is the old one. Yeah. Take it off. Well, now apparently we're doing 70, not 60, guys, so we gotta be careful. Wait, what's the speed limit? Isn't it 70?
I think it's 65 or 70 here.
Okay. Shh, shh, shh. Oh, I didn't put the transmission in park. There you go. I'm new to this thing. Look how funny it looks with the dually with one wheel in the air. Oh, casual friends hanging out today. Just hanging out, doing 2J things. So this would be our conservative base map right now. No nitrous, just running spring pressure, which is about 22 PSI. Made about 750 wheel and about 550 foot-pounds of torque. So we're about to turn the nitrous on and see what difference that makes. But that's where we're at right now. One thing we just found out, apparently the settings we've had on the S15 this entire time, I've only been revving it to about 7,500. We're safe to about 9 grand with the setup that I have. Realistically, probably like 8,500 for drifting. Probably gonna do 8,300, but it's about an extra 1,000 RPM that I haven't been using, and it's gonna make the car a lot easier to drive, and it's gonna sound a lot cooler too. So I'm excited to see what it sounds like. Now with the higher rev limit, we're actually making more power up top too. We're up to 790 now. So the reason why it was falling off so much before, we had a fuel cut at 7,300. So it wasn't making power, it was just falling off.
Yeah, it's pulling power, so it's pulling fuel, so therefore it's pulling everything else down.
I don't know if he turned the boost up or what, but we just made 830. Alright, so in summation, the car appears to be sorted. We'll really find out when we go to OSW for practice and qualifying, but it seems to be pretty good. We got like an extra 1,000 RPM to play with, which is exciting. The rev limiter being at 7,300 before was really not necessarily handicapped, but I feel like it's gonna help me a lot because they don't want to see you on rev limiter. And if I was able to actually drive the car and keep it that low and be smooth and consistent, having that extra rev to kind of play with will definitely be advantageous. On top of that, it's a lot safer with the new sensors and a little bit less aggressive timing just to make sure everything's going to be good and solid. Alberto, you have any comments, questions, concerns?
Another car seemed like super solid on the dyno. Only thing, that little water leak that we saw in the back, but other than that, there's nothing else.
Yeah, and we'll go through on the lift and go over everything. If you notice too, back here, I don't know if you guys can see it, check out that sweet LZ in the gusset of my custom cage for my Porsche made by Titan. We'll do an install video on that another day, but if you remember, I got the other half of that in the rain. Anyway, I'm same day vlogging on this video. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. I've got so much going on that it's been a little tricky juggling video stuff, but I'm still doing my best for you guys. You know, Berto gotta go get some food because we hungry.
We need fuel.
And well, we need fuel for the truck, we need fuel for our bodies, and we also need tools for FD. Tools for our FD setup, which you guys will see tomorrow.
I get to go chopping, yes.
Alberto loves going chopping. He just chops everyone.
That's not what I meant.
Chop, chop. All right, see you guys later tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Go chopping with some friends.